You build a thriving Etsy shop, first of all, that's incredible. You've put in the work, you've figured out what sells, and made it through Etsy's learning curve. But if you're starting to feel like you've hit a ceiling, you're not alone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build on that Etsy success with simple strategies to scale your brand even further in 2026. We'll talk about creating your own store, running low-risk paid ads, working with content creators to generate buzz socially, and more. These are the exact moves that smart sellers are using to grow faster without feeling like they're starting from scratch. So if you're ready to expand beyond Etsy, not leave it, let's dive in together. One of the biggest questions I get from sellers who are ready to scale is, should I be running ads? And the answer is yes, but only if you do it strategically. Because paid ads do not guarantee sales, but they do amplify what's already working. The good news is, as an Etsy seller and someone who uses Everbee research every day, you already have a huge advantage. You know what's working. You already have proof of what people want. You've got data from your Etsy sales, your reviews, your best sellers, or you're able to spot trends a mile away thanks to your product analytics dashboard. So for paid ads, that's exactly where you're going to start. But next, you're going to want to build the right creatives. This is where most ad strategies fall apart. The creative, meaning your photos, your videos, or your visuals, is what makes or breaks your ads. Even if you have the right product, if your creative does not connect, it will not convert. You've got a few options here. You can create this content yourself, think simple product demos, behind the scenes shots, or problem solution videos, or you can work with UGC creators like myself who know how to craft content that actually sells. The key is this: your creative needs to show the product in action, make the benefits clear, and feel native to the platform that you're advertising on. So now that you know that, you're going to run small, smart test. Start with just $5 to $10 a day, targeting lookalike audiences to people on your email list, people who have interacted with your social content, or people who follow similar brands and match certain interests within your niche. Then just watch the data. Which creatives performed best? What headlines or hooks got the most clicks? Paid ads are not just for big brands, but they are for smart sellers who are ready to scale intentionally. So start small, test what you already know works, and let your results lead the way. Next up is probably the most powerful shift you can make in 2026, building your own store. But first, I want to be super clear, this is not about ditching Etsy at all. Etsy is an amazing platform. You've already proven you can succeed there. You've figured out what sells, how to talk to your customers, and how to fulfill orders. That's no small feat. But Etsy is also a rented space. You don't control the algorithm, you don't control the fees, and you don't have direct access to your customer base. That means at any moment, a small change in search, in fees, or in policies can dramatically affect your income. And that's why sellers who want to scale, not just maintain, eventually hit a point where they say, I need more control. And that's exactly where your own online store is going to come in. Having your own store means you can build a brand that's recognizable outside of Etsy, and you can collect customer emails and build a real community. You can also test offers, upsells, and bundles that Etsy doesn't allow, and further drive paid traffic directly to your site without worrying about sending it to a sea of competitors. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I don't have time to learn Shopify. I'm not techie. Isn't running a store super expensive? And that's exactly why I always recommend Everbee Store, especially if you're already using Everbee for research. Here's why it's the perfect fit for beginners. It's built specifically for Etsy sellers because it pulls in your listings, your products, and your branding, so you're not starting from scratch. It's also so beginner friendly that you can launch a fully built store using our internal AI system in one afternoon. And the final product actually looks super clean, modern, and trustworthy, which is huge for converting visitors into buyers. And the best part is you can still keep your Etsy shop running while your new Everbee store becomes a second stream of revenue, but one that you control. This is how top sellers go from I hope I get found on Etsy to I know where my sales are coming from and how to scale them. Think of your Etsy shop as your launch pad, and then your Everbee store as your new command center. And if you're feeling even a little burnt out by algorithm changes, increasing fees, loss leader listing prices, or copycat shops on Etsy, this move could bring so much relief and so much opportunity. I'll go ahead and drop the link below in the description where you can try it out for just $1 for your first 30 days. Now let's move on to my favorite scaling system, social media. Because when you're scaling beyond Etsy, social content becomes a key part of your marketing engine. The goal is not to go viral, however. The goal is to build trust, generate traffic, and convert followers into customers on Etsy and your own store. The first shift is understanding what kind of content actually converts in the first place. Pretty photos are nice, but they're no longer enough in 2026. You want to create content that builds a connection through behind-the-scenes content, transformative content, and product in action content. You want to build connection with people by showing your process, your workspace, your packaging. These moments feel personal and real, and they make people care about you as a maker, not just your products. Then you want to answer the question, what is your product helping someone do, feel, or solve through your content? Even if you sell something aesthetic like jewelry, stationery, or home decor, there's a transformation happening every time. Maybe it's confidence, joy, relaxation, or ease. Show and speak about those often, spotlighting the benefits of the item, not just the features. Then you want to show your product being used, gifted, styled, or opened. These clips work incredibly well, especially on TikTok and Instagram Reels, because they help the customer visualize the product in their own life. And that's where the buying decisions actually happen. Now, if you don't love being on camera, that's okay. You do not have to be the face of the brand to show up consistently. You can do voiceovers, use trending audio, or even repurpose customer reviews or videos. You're not trying to impress other sellers, you're trying to connect with your ideal customer. So focus on being relatable, helpful, and human. When your content is aligned with your brand, you're not just making noise on social, you're actually turning scrolls into sales. But now let's go ahead and focus on how to get content creators to help generate buzz and sales for you while you sleep. You've more than likely already seen UGC or user-generated content all over TikTok, Instagram, and even Etsy product videos. This is when someone like myself creates authentic, real-life content about a product they love. And that kind of content is powerful because it feels personal, feels trustworthy, and most importantly, it does not feel like an ad. So you have the ability to make this concept work for you by reaching out to creators, even small ones with a few thousand followers, and offering to send them product in exchange for content. That content then can be used in your social media, in your paid ads, or even embedded into your store product pages, because you're not trying to just get exposure, you're getting assets that you can reuse anywhere. You can also set up affiliate partnerships, especially through platforms like TikTok Shop. That means creators can actually earn a commission for every sale they drive for you. It's free marketing on your end. You literally only pay when a sale happens. If you guys would like more information on how to work with TikTok Shop affiliates, go ahead and drop TikTok in the comments and I'll make that video next. The key to successful partnerships is clear communication. Let creators know what kind of content you're looking for, but also give them creative freedom. If you're not sure what kind of content does well on social, I'll go ahead and link a social media training somewhere above my head and in the video description that you can watch next. This is how you start building a marketing engine that works even when you're not posting every day. You've got people talking about your products, showing them in use, and driving traffic directly to your store or TikTok Shop. We're in a time where trust and authenticity sell more than polished ads ever could. So if you've been trying to do everything yourself, content, marketing, fulfillment, take this as your permission to go out and collaborate. There are creators out there who would love to share your product. You just have to find them and ask. If you take nothing else from this video, let it be this. Growing beyond Etsy is not about more products or more sales. It's about thinking like a brand, not just a store. A store sells products. A brand builds relationships. A brand tells a story, and a brand creates an experience that people will come back to over and over again, even if they're more expensive than their competitors. When you start thinking like a brand, you stop relying on Etsy to do the heavy lifting for you, and you start building your own audience. You start collecting emails. You create bundles, offers, and launches that keep people engaged and excited, not just waiting for the algorithm to send traffic your way. And this is the real shift that sets top sellers apart. They don't just sell, they market. They understand that their brand is more than just what's listed in their shop. It's what their customers feel, believe, and share after every interaction. So what does that look like in practice? It means building an email list. Even if you start with literally just 50 people, use your Everbee store to collect emails and send updates, early access, or product drops. It means being consistent on social, not for vanity metrics, but to build trust and community. And it means optimizing your storefront, not just with pretty photos, but with clear messaging, a smooth shopping experience, fast scroll times, and offers that speak directly to your ideal customer. But most of all, it means taking ownership of your growth. Etsy is a tool, social media is a tool, ads are tools, but the brand is the engine that keeps it all moving, even when algorithms shift or platforms change. When you think like a brand, you stop chasing sales and start creating systems that bring them in consistently. And that's how you scale with confidence. That's how you build something sustainable in 2026 and beyond. And if you've made it this far, it means you're serious about scaling. And I just want to say you should be so proud of what you've already built on Etsy. You've done the hard part. You've proven there's demand for your products. You've learned how to show up, how to serve serve your customers and how to stay consistent. But now it's time to build on that success, to take more control, to diversify your sales, and to create systems that scale, not just hustle harder for them. So if you're ready to start that next chapter, I highly recommend checking out Everbee Store. It was built for sellers just like you, people who want to expand beyond Etsy without losing what makes their brand special. There's a link below in the description where you can learn more and see how it all works. I'll also drop a free walkthrough that shows exactly how to set up your store in under an hour. And if this video helped you think differently about growth, do me a favor and hit that like button and let me know which of the 4 steps you're going to start first. While I wait for that info from you, here's the link to that social media training I mentioned earlier. This is going to help you drive sales to your Etsy shop or your Everbee store fast. I'll see you guys over there next.